I'm Susan, and I'm going to be reading a book called Amelia Bedelia Means Business by Herman Parish. Amelia Bedelia is a girl with a lot of energy and enthusiasm. One really funny thing about Amelia Bedelia is how she misunderstands things. Amelia Bedelia is very literal. Literal means when you hear some words, you think they mean exactly what they're saying, even if that's not exactly what they're saying. For example, at one point, Amelia Bedelia is working in a restaurant. A customer is in a big hurry and he's very frustrated. And he tells her, "Get me a piece of cherry pie and step on it." So she takes out the cherry pie and she steps on the pie. That's an example of taking things very literally. It's pretty funny to me, and I hope you enjoy Amelia Bedelia Means Business. Chapter 1. Money is the root. Amelia Bedelia never meant to lead a pack of dogs on a wild goose chase. She never meant to steal something and then sell it. She never meant to make someone look bad, very bad, or lead a parade astray, or even stomp on a piece of perfectly delicious cherry pie. But all that and more actually happened. Amelia Bedelia needed to earn some money. The truth was, Amelia Bedelia needed to earn a lot of money. Maybe that was the real problem. Earning some money would have been easy. Amelia Bedelia could have planted petunias for a neighbor or fed a cat while its owner was on vacations. But such small jobs would never have earned the wheelbarrows full of money Amelia Bedelia needed to make. It all started innocently enough when Amelia Bedelia decided she wanted a new bike. But then one thing led to another until the mayor of Amelia Bedelia's town finally said, "That Amelia Bedelia, she means business." Here's what happened. Hi, I'm Susan, and I'm reading a book called Amelia Bedelia Means Business by Herman Parish. I'm going to be reading chapter 2 of the book. Chapter 2 sets the direction for the whole book. I hope you enjoy chapter 2 of Amelia Bedelia Means Business. Chapter 2, The Bike. Amelia Bedelia adored her bike. It was a great bike. It was fast and dependable, and she had learned to ride on it. She could tell you how it had gotten every dent. She could tell you what had chipped each fragment of paint on the frame, what had made the rusty scratches on the chrome. She could match each insult to her bike to an injury on her body. Scabs on her knees, scrapes on her elbows, bruises on her shins, and a tiny sliver of a scar under her chin. Amelia Bedelia had parked her bike at the bike rack. She was about to go into school when she saw some kids buzzing around Suzanne Scroggins. Suzanne was a new girl this year. She told all her friends to call her Susie. Amelia Bedelia still called her Suzanne, even though Amelia Bedelia sat right behind her. Amelia Bedelia had never figured out why Suzanne was so crabby and bossy every day. Every day except for today, of course, since it was the last day of school before vacation. Amelia Bedelia noticed the difference right away. Suzanne was smiling from ear to ear. Then Amelia Bedelia saw why. Suzanne had a new bike. It was the most beautiful bike in the world. Amelia Bedelia was speechless, but she did make a sound. It was the takes your breath away inhaling sound that you can't control when you see something amazing. The bike was painted a rich emerald green with metal flakes that sparkled like diamonds floating just beneath the smooth enamel surface. Gleaming chrome reflected the morning sun, dazzling Amelia Bedelia's eyes. She tried to look away, but she could not take her eyes off the bike. It hurt to look. It hurt more not to look. Every inch of the bike was so streamlined that it looked as though it was still moving even after Suzanne had parked it. From the back of her throat, Amelia Bedelia managed to croak, "Nice bike." "Thank you," said Suzanne, "but bikes are bikes." "That's true," said Amelia Bedelia. "Just two wheels with spokes and lots of gears," said Suzanne. "I don't have any gears," said Amelia Bedelia. "Two tires, definitely," said Suzanne. "Not really," said Amelia Bedelia. "I don't get too tired without the gears." "Brakes?" said Suzanne. "Sometimes my bike breaks," said Amelia Bedelia. "Then my dad fixes it." The bell rang. It was time to go inside. As Suzanne locked her bike at the rack, she said, "Don't forget to lock up your bike, Amelia Bedelia." That's when the truth hit Amelia Bedelia. She had never locked up her bike. She didn't have to because it wasn't worth stealing. Who would want it after seeing the bike? Amelia Bedelia didn't. That's for sure. Everyone followed Suzanne into school, leaving Amelia Bedelia to ponder the difference between the two bikes. She felt bad for her bike. She felt bad about feeling bad about her bike. She felt bad, period. Finding out that life is unfair was no way to start the day, and it was certainly no way to start school vacation. That afternoon, after school, Amelia Bedelia avoided everyone, even her friends. She hid behind the dumpster, listening to the laughter and the jokes and the cries of, "Have a good break!" Finally, Amelia Bedelia got on her bike and rode home. She took the back way so no one could see her. That was the end of chapter 1 and 2. I hope you enjoyed the first 2 chapters of the book.